get locked in. We're ready to play. 5-3 makes the point, of course. I'm going to see if I can hide this analysis again. See if we can just talk organically about the position and what's happening here. Double sixes, great shot for Sander. 5-3 splits and comes down. You try to counter his advanced anchor with an advanced anchor of your own, right? We try to do that as quickly as possible. 3-1 is going to make the 5. Mochi's trying to find a way to equalize it, or at least put himself in a decent position by rolling a 3. He does. And the 6 has to go to the deuce. There's no other 6 on the board, and that was a pretty good shake to keep the cube away. Pretty good shake to keep the cube away. Oh, wow, really nice consideration. Even just considering the correct play of 6-5 here, I would think I would have played 13-8 automatically and would have made a mistake here. I think here I'm still... It's tough because you know he wants to start clearing the 18 point, right? And so you want to cover that blot in your home board to prepare for the contact. 6-4. Is this the time? What is the race? You're only up 13 pips after the play. What's the alternative? Making the deuce? So I guess you have to go... You know, in these positions, it really is just a sense of the timing. He can see that he's running out of spares, and his back checkers are kind of getting stranded out there. He can feel it naturally. And this did end up being the correct time to go. But that is definitely a tough decision. You know, if he rolled a 5-2 or a 5-3 or a 5-4 or something like that, it would have made the play much easier. But this 6-4... It's a rare occurrence that it's right to run, but these questions are always timing issues. Being up in the race makes it more likely that you want to run. And him having a weaker board and a blot in there doesn't hurt either. So not all hits lose. Nope. No subscription-based, nothing like that yet. I haven't made any exclusive content for the site yet, you know, so there's still just the free videos on my YouTube channel teaching about the reference positions I've used also for, you know, blitzing positions and understanding prime versus prime positions. I'm making some new videos on that. Yeah, I don't think I have plans to make it any subscription-based. I personally am not... I'm over subscription-based stuff. I just hope to have courses eventually that I'll put on there. If somebody tries to get me for another $5 a month, you know, we're going to have problems. (3-2). I think just 13-8 seems like the right idea. You know, you're not too concerned about leaving the shots. If an ace hits you, you know, he leaves blots in the outfield. There's a blot in his board. You know, it's funny. We could have left with the 4-6 prior, but like just playing 18-13 here, you know, just from experience, seeing this sort of position enough, it doesn't quite seem to be the correct idea. 13-8 just comes without much risk at all due to the 13 point being stripped from like Teal's perspective. And here, you know, getting rid of the blocking structure in front of the anchor doesn't feel great either, right? So we just do this and we challenge him to roll an ace and see if he wants to hit, you know? Be a lot of shots back unless he rolls like double ones or something, right? We just want to keep those points in front of the anchor, really. And there isn't very much risk at all. Yeah, this is the one. I can see the analysis. Any other play actually is quite bad. Wow. Yeah. The shot didn't have very much risk to it. All right, 3-2 just makes the 3-point. Very efficient use of those spare checkers there. And we can see that teal's getting brittle on the outside, so they're going to be having problems of their own. So they clear the 8 here to make the points, right? And we can see that it's like a game of chicken. Whoever breaks first is certainly going to be in a bad spot. 6-4. So we just play 2 down, I think. You see, like, it's just not really a thing to break the 7. Even though we're leaving shots, I just don't think it's a thing to just break the 7 here. Just generally isn't. You just keep your good things. You just assume that you're going to be missed, right? And then you're doing good. The problem with breaking the 7 is you might be the one to flinch first, you know? Okay, we just come off of the anchor, I think. Just swing all the way around, right? There's blots in the board. And now we buckle up. Time to see what's going to happen, you know? We got a blot on our ace, so we can't really consider a cube here. There's too much going on. I mean, you could just roll like something silly, you know? Could roll 6-1. Could roll 6-2, right? Like, it's basically an even money spot with the cube in the center. It's not too bad. Be worse off giving it away. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. We'll see how that goes. And 4-1 just makes the ace point. Oh, wow. Oh, Sander, what an incredible play. What an incredible play that he's considering here with the hit. Oh, wow. I would have just made a tremendous blunder by just playing 6-1.
Not the reason I doubled.
I mean, the fact that he just contemplates these things just instantly. He is so good. He just doesn't want him to clean that up and cover because he sees that like his position is going to just break on the outside and he'll be the big dog. Oh, what a find. What a find. Well, he's the champion for a reason, folks, yeah? He just finds plays like this. And the fan, I mean, if we look at like a equity table of like what the play must be worth after the 16 numbers that fan, right? We can see that like he's just doing great, right? I mean, you just get paid so much on those fans instead of just letting him clean up. Yeah, like a dice distribution is what I'm trying to say. Wow. The 16 fans, that is such a good play. You know, that's why you just always try to do the most important thing first instead of just playing, 6-1. You're really playing like 5-1, and then you consider how you play the ace, right? I mean, that is a top 1% sort of play for a top 1% sort of player. I mean, that was other level. That was other level. Yep, and that's how you win a UBC contender tournament and become the champion, folks. Oh, man. Some people wouldn't make a play like that for fear of it being a blunder instead of it just being massively correct. 4-6 hits and covers, and now we have a bit of a play on, yeah? $3-1 just comes out. And what should we do? Maybe 6 to 5 for double fours to make the 1 point, yeah? I'm just, you know, in these spots, I've noticed what Mochi does sometimes. I heard him say it out loud once. He's just like, well, how does this role play? How does this role play next time, right? And sometimes those big doubles get awkward. And, you know, you roll double fours and you're able to make the 1 point. I mean, that's a huge improvement to your position after a number that wouldn't be particularly, you know, useful otherwise. And so that's why I was able to see the 4-4 there, because just watching Mochi enough, you can kind of see what he's thinking sometimes. 1-3, okay. Still too good. I think you just want to whack the guy now. Yeah, still too good. That's good to see. But you must consider it. But, I mean, it's going to be difficult to take. So what would have to happen is you would have to hit loose. You would have to roll 1-6, like, specifically, right? And if he just rolls an ace after you hit him loose, you could just double from the roof if you wanted to, right? And then it would just be a pass, I think. So, or at least, you know, super tough take. I don't know if I could take it, so I'd probably just be a pass even after that sequence, unless he rolls a 1-6 specifically. So the 5 has to hit, and the 1 just creeps up. And of course, he just hopes he's missed, and if he does roll a 1, maybe we just give him the thing from the roof. We can't do this. He might roll a 6. If he rolls a 6, we will be very unhappy, much more unhappy than if he rolls a 1. Three, 2, fans. 6-4, okay, so the 6 comes in and the 4 comes down, and then you hold your breath. By hold your breath, I mean really, who should be nervous here? It's certainly not teal. Uh-oh. I've changed my mind. All right, so now we double. Because we could fan and be in a bad spot. But orange is already in a bad spot, yeah? We enter, they get gammoned. So I think we just have to give them the stick and let them figure it out. I would pass. But that's because there's a lot of blots. And all those blots equal gammons. So it's not like Sander doesn't win a good amount of games. It's just that when he loses big.
Good.
But as Clint Eastwood might say, are you feeling lucky, punk? Yeah, exactly, right? The cash from the roof is why you'd play on. But there's also potential for a mistake here, right? Anything can happen. I mean, a mistake could be made in the take, and then he could still win, you know? I'm a betting man, so I'd say he passes. But we can see it's clearly not a big mistake to take, but I would say he'd pass. But only because it's correct to pass. Not because I have some some secret insight about how Sander plays like I think I might about Mochi. I just think he's a favorite to make the correct decision, right? So You know, I think before when the 13 point was made, right? It's like a much easier cash because there's like fewer blots. But in this situation, I can see why he's like having to reconsider whether or not he should be taking this cube, because if Mochi does fan, right, he can pick up those blots and maybe he rolls a 6 as well. So I can see why he has to like reconsider what he previously thought, you know, just like a roll or two ago. All right, so 1 in the chat if you think he's going to take, 2 in the chat if you think he's going to pass. 1 for the take, 2 for the pass. 1 for the take, 2 for the pass. What do you think? What does everybody think out there? Type 1 for the take and 2 for the pass. I vote pass, by the way, so I put 2 in here. I'll put 2 in the chat right now. Got a good mix so far of 2s and 1s. Oh, good mix. It's just like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Rainer thinks it's a pass, or he thinks he's going to pass. We know it's a small pass. Lots of people think he's going to take. I generally like taking, but here I just think there's just too many blots. And too many blots for me means too many gammons. We could be out of here in one game, folks. He could take and win his own gammon, yeah? Oh, he took. And Mochi entered and hit. This could be over quickly, folks. The 3 hits inside and the 5 comes out. Oh, okay. I think I would hit inside, actually. Just because I don't want him to anchor. Because the anchor stops a lot of the gammons. But this is tough. This is tough. I'm glad it's close. I'm glad it's close. I just thought that maybe I would have the time to pick up the guy anyway. I generally try to deny the anchor first when there's already 2 guys back. But I can see here that it is wrong. Smash the like button. We might be out of time, you know. Subscribe to the channel. Sign up for my newsletter on backgammonuniversity.com. And if you're in need of any backgammon lessons, feel free to message me at justin@backgammonuniversity.com. And the 5 should just come out. I know you're worried about like double 1s, fan, double 6, but like this is this is not something I'm gonna worry about. You know, because what's more likely to happen is he's going to fan, and I'm gonna roll a 6, and I'm gonna want to cover. Double 1s. All right. So I think it's about time I go to the bar. And by the bar, I just mean the place where the beer is served here. And Mochi, wow. Okay, so wow. So provided Mochi does not leave a shot in this game and does not get hit and fan for an eternity, it looks like Mochi wins this match and the PR by quite a wide margin. This is huge. Absolutely huge for Mochi's chances in getting his championship back. Sander needs a sequence now of like Mochi rolling like 6-1, leaving himself awkward, then followed by 6-5, leaving a shot and then fanning for a while, right? That's the only chance. Oh, double fives kills that hope. He enters with a single 6. He needs another ace now in order to give Sander a chance. There is an ace. He wants to fan now. Okay, there's a chance here for a shot. At least to save gammon, at least, would be great. Oh, 2-1 plays perfectly safe. Sander needs to fan. He enters. Oh, this pretty much locks up the gammon. It's going to be very difficult to get off of this. He's going to need Mochi to stop rolling. And Mochi rolls double fives. He's going to need double 6 followed by double 6 plus 4 more dice to roll. And that is the match. I don't think the PR on this one's going to be turned around. That was a single game. Single game. It's early. I get to go sightseeing. Thank everybody for tuning in today. Please smash the like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe to the channel. Follow my channel. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow the White Rabbit. Anything else? Is that it? Buy boards on Backgammon Galaxy?
Follow Mark Olson.
Follow Mark Olson?
Literally follow him.
Like follow him. Exactly. Like come here, and then when he leaves, just watch him and walk behind him slowly. And then sometimes go cuckoo, cuckoo, right? And then hide behind a tree, you know? Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That was a wild single game. And hopefully we learned a little bit about these positions here so we can play them better ourselves on the flip side, right? So, yeah, feel free to reach out, justin@backgammonuniversity.com, even just to say hello. Tell me a bit about yourself and where you are in your game. All right.